Hey everyone, welcome to Pep Smashers. Loki Season 2, Episode 6 ended the two-season arc of the show with an hour of twists, reveals, MCU Easter eggs, and franchise references. Loki is integral to the broader state of the Multiverse saga, meaning its references and Easter eggs are abundant, including changing the meaning of the MCU's Yggdrasil. Throughout Loki's two seasons, perhaps the most commonly recurring Easter eggs are found through Marvel Studios' introductory logo. This gimmick continued with Loki Season 2, Episode 6, by playing on Loki's time-slipping. The Marvel Studios logo began as normal, only in reverse, going backward through the now iconic animation that accompanies every MCU property. This was done as an Easter egg to Loki's time-slipping as he was moving in reverse through time after the ending of Loki Season 2, Episode 5. An interesting Easter egg found in Loki Season 2, Episode 6 was something common with most time loop-based stories. Loki found himself back in time during the events of Loki Season 2, Episode 4, before the loom's collapse due to his time-slipping power. In a montage of humorous scenes set to the tune of Walter Murphy's The Fifth of Beethoven, the events of Loki Season 2, Episode 4 were played out in several different ways from many different perspectives, as Loki attempted to undo the destruction of the TVA, after Loki realized he could not save the temporal loom by affecting the events of Loki Season 2. Episode 4, the newly crowned god of stories, went back even further. From the attempted coup of Miss Minutes and Ravonna Renslayer to the introduction of Obi and Victor Timely, several moments from Loki Season 2's story were revisited. These Easter eggs worked as they were part of Loki's time-slipping, mirroring the overall journey of the show's titular character. Loki's further failed attempts at saving the TVA forced him to take drastic measures. In a slew of Easter eggs to Loki Season 1, the Season 2 finale took Loki back to the Citadel at the end of time. Be it the scene of Loki, Sylvie, and He Who Remains in the elevator to Sylvie's attempts to kill He Who Remains, Loki Season 2, Episode 6 included a wealth of references to the first season's finale, while He Who Remains See You Soon was a foreboding setup of Kang's future in the MCU during Loki Season 1, Episode 6. The finale of Loki Season 2 made this Easter egg even deeper. Loki Season 2, Episode 6 saw Loki endlessly attempting to stop Sylvie from killing He Who Remains in vain. Meaning the line "See you soon" could be heard multiple times. The number of times He Who Remains said this line in Loki Season 2, Episode 6 now has a deeper meaning as it hints at the emergence of multiple Kang variants to mirror the multiple times He Who Remains teased at his peers rising. Loki Season 2, Episode 6 reveals that He Who Remains was the person who caused Loki's time-slipping. He did this to make Loki realize that, no matter how much he tried, he could not save the multiverse, as the temporal loom will always collapse due to being a safeguard to protect the sacred timeline. He Who Remains hoped that this would prompt Loki into killing Sylvie and chose to lead the TVA beside him. Interestingly, He Who Remains says that regardless of his choice, Loki will lose. Either the temporal loom endlessly collapses and destroys the multiverse, or Sylvie must die, tying into the supposed destiny that all Lokis lose eventually. This reveal from He Who Remains that Loki will lose regardless of the latter's choices prompts him to visit Mobius from Loki Season 1, Episode 1. Loki ends up in the Time Theater where he was shown Thanos' murder of Earth 616 Loki at the beginning of the series. Cleverly, this was set up by both episodes being called Glorious Purpose. As Loki prepares to sacrifice his own future to destroy the temporal loom and give everyone else a chance of a better future than the tyranny of the sacred timeline, he repeats a line he said at the end of Thor, 2011. In that movie, Loki attempts to destroy Jotunheim but is undone when Thor breaks the Bifrost Bridge. Loki's response is to scream, "I could have done it, Father. For you. For all of us." When he originally said it, Loki was attempting to appeal to his father and prove himself, all feeding into his own selfish aims. But in Loki's finale, he uses the same line to show how far he's come. He's now willing to make a real sacrifice for everyone else, after Loki decides to oversee the multiverse himself. Replacing He Who Remains only as the protector of all timelines as opposed to just the sacred timeline, he gets a new MCU outfit. The outfit is an Easter egg to his entire MCU journey, from the giant horns of his helmet emulating his past to his cape consisting of the branches of the multiverse representing his present. Also, Loki's helmet is made of the same black and orange marble texture that He Who Remains Citadel was crafted from, referencing his future as the former TVA head's replacement. After Loki Season 2, Episode 5 saw the change of Loki's title to the God of Stories rather than the God of Mischief. Loki Season 2, Episode 6 makes this change a very literal one. Loki's gathering of the multiversal branches and holding them together to keep them all in check see him become the literal god of stories. Loki is acting as the god of the multiverse, holding all the stories together physically rather than the figurative rewriter of stories teased last episode. This Easter egg is a neat switch of Loki's new title, becoming a physical manifestation rather than the theorized ability to change stories. One of the most overt Easter eggs in Loki Season 2, Episode 6 comes from his role as the literal god of stories. Loki is now holding the branches of the multiverse together himself, which becomes manifested as Yggdrasil, the world tree. In real-world Norse myth and Asgardian folklore within the MCU, Yggdrasil is a giant tree that binds together the 9 realms using its branches. Loki Season 2, Episode 6 provides a major Easter egg to this by making the multiverse manifest as Yggdrasil as Loki holds the quite literal branches together, after Loki assumes his new status as the god responsible for holding the multiverse together. The TVA begins its new role as the security force that protects the multiverse. Shortly before Loki Season 2, Episode 6's ending, B15 asks Mobius whether any Kang variants have shown up across the multiverse yet. Mobius states that one surfaced and caused a ruckus on a 616 adjacent realm, but they handled it. This is a reference to the events of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and the Kang variant in the quantum realm adjacent to Earth 616, the MCU, that Scott and Hope took care of. After the TVA's new purpose is established, a final shot is shown of Loki alone at the end of time, holding the multiverse together. This not only solidifies Loki's majorly important role in the infrastructure of the MCU's multiverse but is also an incredibly dark Easter egg to Loki's greatest fear, being alone. Loki is now completely alone, without his friends at the end of time, a sacrifice he made to keep the branches of the multiverse from being destroyed. In a first for a Marvel Studios Disney show, the title of Loki Season 2, Episode 6 is reused from a prior entry. The title of the episode is Glorious Purpose, the same title of Loki Season 1, Episode 1. This is a perfect title for the episode as it is an Easter egg to Loki's overarching story. In Season 1, Loki thought his glorious purpose was to enslave those he deemed beneath him. These are the Easter eggs and references in Loki Season 2 finale. Leave your thoughts on this video in the comment below. For more videos, like, share and subscribe.